Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going deep into the world of Naruto Uzumaki
Oh, yeah.
from the anime Naruto.
Big one.
Yeah, we've got a whole stack of notes here, plus his Wikipedia page.
Should be fun.
Yeah, we're going to uncover some fascinating insights into this guy. Everyone knows him, everyone loves him, but what makes him tick?
Right.
What are those core values that make Naruto so compelling?
Well, Naruto is more than just your average shonen protagonist, right? His story's got layers.
It
A
does.
lot of psychological depth and
Yeah.
a lot of ramen.
A lot of ramen. Everyone knows he loves ramen. But let's start at the beginning. Naruto's backstory, it's actually kind of tragic.
Oh, yeah. Very tragic.
He was born on the night of October 10th
Mm-hmm.
to Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage,
Yeah.
and Kushina Uzumaki.
Tough break right there.
Yeah, right out the gate. Not exactly set up for an easy childhood.
Nope. His birthday actually coincided with a huge attack on the village by the nine-tailed fox Kurama.
Oh,
And to save the village, his parents decided to seal the beast inside their newborn son.
what?
Yeah.
Inside Naruto.
Inside Naruto, making him a Jinchuriki, a human host for these powerful tailed beasts.
That's a lot to carry, right from day one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like, the villagers threw him a parade.
No, quite the opposite, actually. They saw him as, a representation of the beast that caused so much pain.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he was totally ostracized and feared he had to deal with, losing his parents and the weight of their sacrifice all by himself.
Wow, that's tough. That
Yeah.
kind of isolation and rejection, at such a young age, it's got to have a huge impact on someone's personality.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see how this trauma shaped him,
Mhm.
On the surface, he's this loud, prank-loving kid,
Yeah.
always wanting attention, but underneath it all, there's this deep need for acceptance, connection, love.
I see that.
Yeah,
So the pranks and wanting to become Hokage, it all stems from this need to be acknowledged.
absolutely. It's like proving himself to the village that shunned him,
It's almost like a defense mechanism, right? Like putting
Yeah.
on a brave face.
Right, exactly. He puts on this, goofy persona to hide his insecurities and the pain he feels.
That paradox,
Yeah.
the contrast between his outward energy and his vulnerability, that's what makes him so relatable.
Totally. We all do it to some extent,
Yeah.
We put on a mask and try to show the world, something different than how we actually feel inside.
It makes you wonder how many people out there, maybe even some of our listeners, identify with
Mm-hmm.
that you're putting on a brave face when you're hurting.
Yeah, it's a universal human experience, and Naruto embodies it in a way that's just, very real
It is.
and honest, but it's not all sad, One of the things that makes Naruto so compelling is how resilient he is.
Totally. He never gives up.
Right. Despite everything, he never loses his optimism or his determination.
He's got this unwavering belief in himself, right? It's like that Nindo thing he's always talking about.
Yeah, that personal vow to never go back on his word. It's like his guiding principle.
A strong moral compass.
Totally. He might act like a knucklehead sometimes,
Yeah.
but he has a really strong sense of justice and what's right and wrong. He's loyal to his friends, always ready to stand up for what he believes in, even if it means going against the grain.
I like that. And that commitment to his friends, his Nemdo, and his dream of becoming Hokage, it inspires those around him.
Absolutely. It draws people to him, makes them want to believe in him too.
It's the mark of a true leader, someone who earns respect.
Exactly. Not someone who demands it through fear or, just authority.
So true.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, he's got some serious skills.
Right, let's talk powers. Naruto's abilities are fascinating.
Yeah.
They're not just about raw power. They kind of reflect his personality and how he grows throughout the show.
Okay, I like that. So, what are some of his signature moves and how do they connect to, who he is?
Well, you can't talk about Naruto without talking about the Rasengan, can you?
Oh, right.
This swirling ball of chakra, it was actually invented by his father, Minato.
Oh, wow.
It becomes like Naruto's go-to technique.
The Rasengan,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so iconic. And it takes so much focus and chakra control to master,
Exactly.
which seems very fitting for Naruto.
It does. It's not some flashy inherited technique like we see with some other characters.
Right.
It's something he really has to work for, through grit and determination.
I love that.
And then as he grows, you see him develop all these variations of the Rasengan, like the wind release, Rasen Shuriken.
Oh, yeah?
Shows his ingenuity.
Adaptability.
Absolutely.
Speaking of adaptability, his shadow clone jutsu,
Oh, yeah.
he takes a basic technique and turns it into something amazing.
It's crazy how he uses it. It's not even just for fighting.
Right.
Gathering information, strategizing.
Wow.
It's like an extension of his mind, helps him learn and process things so much faster.
Like having a whole team of yourself
Right.
working towards a common goal.
Right.
And it speaks to his collaborative nature,
Yeah.
Even though he starts off lonely, he thrives on connection and teamwork.
He does, and as he grows, that ability to connect with others becomes like one of his biggest strengths.
Makes sense.
He inspires the people around him, pushes them to be their best and forms these strong bonds with them.
Like Sasuke and Sakura Kakashi Jiraiya.
Exactly. Those bonds are built on shared experiences, understanding, and his belief in them.
His relationship with Sasuke was pretty complex.
Oh, it is.
They start as rivals, both wanting attention, but it becomes something much deeper.
Yeah, they're both dealing with their own demons, Loss and isolation, they see a reflection of themselves in each other.
Wow, I never thought of it like that.
But their paths go in opposite directions.
Mm,
Sasuke becomes consumed by vengeance, turns his back on the village,
right.
and Naruto chooses a different path, the path of light, trying to bring Sasuke back and create peace.
It's like that unwavering loyalty to his friends,
Yeah.
never giving up on them. That's what makes Naruto so compelling.
It is. He doesn't judge Sasuke. He just wants to understand him and help him find redemption.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And that empathy, being able to see the good in others even when they're lost, that's true leadership.
Right. He inspires through understanding and compassion, not fear.
And then there's his relationship with Hinata,
Oh, yeah.
one of the most heartwarming parts of the series.
It really is. Hanada admires Naruto even when everyone else in the village shuns him.
Right.
She sees his potential, his kindness, even when he doubts himself.
He's a great character.
Her strength and her support are so important to Naruto's journey.
And their relationship, it's a slow burn, right?
It is. It develops gradually over time. They face challenges together, learn to rely on each other.
It's a good reminder that sometimes the most meaningful connections take time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Built on respect and understanding.
And it's beautiful to see how it blossoms into love.
Yeah.
They get married, have a family.
Speaking of family,
We got to talk about Naruto becoming Hokage,
the leader of the Hidden Leaf Village.
a dream he chases from childhood.
At first, it's all about getting recognition, but as he matures, it becomes something more.
Like what?
It's less about proving himself and more about protecting the people he cares about.
Okay.
Creating a world where others won't suffer like he did.
A world of peace.
Right. Being Hokage, it's not just about power. It's about responsibility and sacrifice, serving something bigger than yourself.
And he does eventually become the Seventh Hokage.
He brings peace and prosperity to the Hidden Leaf.
But it doesn't end there, right?
Yeah.
His story continues, right? In Naruto Next Generations.
Yeah, it's all about his son, Boruto, now, but Naruto's still a huge part of it.
He's got to be right. He's the Hokage.
He is facing a whole new set of challenges now,
Yeah.
Leading the village, being a father, trying to raise his kids in this peaceful world that he helped create.
I bet that's tough.
Yeah.
Balancing Hokage duties with being a dad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not like he could just send a shadow clone to handle parent-teacher night.
Exactly. And it creates this interesting dynamic between him and Boruto, Boruto grows up in this time of peace, so he doesn't really grasp the sacrifices his dad made to get there.
I can see that.
Yeah, he resents Naruto always working. He feels neglected and like he's living in his dad's shadow.
That's so relatable, though, right? Like, so many kids feel like they can't live up to their parents' expectations.
Especially when your dad is like, a legendary ninja.
Right. It's that classic coming-of-age thing,
Yeah.
trying to find your own identity when you're constantly being compared to your parents.
Boruto's journey is all about breaking free from that, creating his own path, finding his own strengths.
But even though they clash, you can tell there's a lot of love and respect between them.
Oh, absolutely.
Even with his crazy schedule, Naruto tries to connect with Boruto,
Yeah.
understand his perspective, guide him without, stifling him.
And that's where you really see Naruto's growth. He's not just this powerful ninja anymore.
Yeah.
He's a leader, a mentor, a father, and he's trying to figure out how to be all those things with, empathy and understanding.
He's gone from being the student to being the teacher, passing on what he's learned.
Yeah, it's a cool cycle of mentorship and growth.
It really highlights that theme in Naruto, you learning from the past, honoring those who came before, but also adapting to the present and shaping the future.
Exactly.
It makes you think about your own relationships, with your parents, mentors, even your kids. How do we learn from each other? How do we support each other's growth, but still respect individual journeys?
It's a great message about how generations are connected and how we have a responsibility to guide and nurture those coming after us.
And it's a good reminder that even the biggest heroes are still human,
They're still learning and growing.
Things get pretty intense in Boruto, though, right?
They do.
Like that flash forward at the beginning, it's kind of dark.
Oh, yeah. Super ominous. We see Boruto older now, all scarred up,
Yeah.
facing off against this mysterious enemy. The village is in ruins.
It's a big shift from the peace that Naruto worked so hard for.
It is, and it really makes you wonder, even the strongest ninja, can he really escape the darkness?
They heavily imply that Naruto might be gone,
Yeah.
which is a huge blow for fans.
Right, like can anyone truly overcome the darkness that seems to follow the ninja world?
It adds this layer of suspense to the whole Boruto story.
It definitely makes you wonder if Boruto and his generation will be able to face these new threats, learn from the past, and create a better future.
So after all this, why does Naruto still resonate with people? Why is his story so captivating?
Because at its core, it's a story about the human spirit.
You got it. The power of never giving up hope, believing in something bigger than yourself.
He's not perfect.
Yeah.
He's got flaws, makes mistakes, doubts himself.
And he never gives up.
Never. He always gets back up stronger and more determined.
I love that. And that resilience, that unwavering belief in himself and his friends, it's so inspiring.
It really is.
He shows us that anyone can rise above their challenges and achieve great things.
And that greatness isn't about power or status. It's about the impact you have on the world.
The legacy you leave behind.
Naruto's story reminds us that we can all be heroes.
Absolutely.
We can all make a difference, fight for what we believe in, and leave the world a little better than we found it.
That's a message that'll always be relevant no matter who you are or how much you love ramen.
Yeah, even though Naruto's story is still going, we don't know what's next for him.
Right.
But one thing's for sure, his legacy as a hero, as a friend, a leader, it will continue to inspire people for years to come.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of Naruto Uzumaki. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back with another deep dive into a fascinating topic soon. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and believe it.